This is an introduction video how to automate a process with forms and flows. Let me first open this Word document. Here you can see two images. The top image is about a process which can be automated with forms and flows. So it contains of several process steps. A process step can contain one or multiple actions. And there's also the option for a loop. So for instance, from action 4, you can go to action 2 and then to action 4. And that's what is seen at the bottom image. So that is a path traveled through the process during its entire time. So it started in here, then it went to this process step, then to the number 3, etc. So here you can see process step 4, action 4, has been executed twice, just as an example. So now going back to more the technical aspects, what defines a process? So let me first go to the data store. In this case, it's the distribution Orion, which uses SharePoint for all data storage. And let me go to the list processes. So here there is one record per process containing generic process information. There's also the list called action templates, containing a template for every action possible within the process. So it does not have to be that all actions are indeed executed. That really depends on the process and the path traveled through the process. But here all the action templates must be defined. The third part, and now let me go to the Power Platform environment, and in this case going to the test Power Platform solution, because that's the process I've added, the test process. You can see over here there is a flow, I call this an automation, per process step. So it could have been just one flow. It could have been, for instance, also that the process step 1 was divided per action, but I find this setup, having a flow per process step, to be the most useful from a maintenance perspective. So that are the 3 parts. Then the solution for Orion contains the Forms and Flows app. It's a Canvas app, and it has been shown in the other introduction video. So when a run is started, actually it looks up here to the related begin action template. And in this template, when I open it, in this record, you can see here a field called form. And this is the form definition. So here you see JSON containing a record for every field which must be shown on the form. And this is input for the dynamic visualization of the form. There's also this field called checks, and this contains all the checks which should be executed on the related fields. There is also a field called select values, containing the values available for the select field type. Now let me go to the list actions. So here are the actions stored, which are actually saved or submitted by an employee. And let me first show you the begin action. When I open the record, there is this field called form values. And this is also a JSON containing all the values selected or inserted in the form. Another important information to know about this record is the column active, but also the column called process abbreviation, process step, and process version. because together with the status, these are the properties used to trigger the flow or not. So when this record, for instance, is saved, so not submitted, it will have a value of yes in active. It will have the value, in this case, test for the abbreviation, begin for process step 1 for the process version, and new for status. But because the active is yes, the flow will not trigger. When the action is submitted, the value will contain no, and that will trigger the related flow. It will update the status from new to in progress, and when the flow is done, it will update the status to closed. All actions belong to a run, and runs are stored in the list called runs. As you can see over here, there's one run, and it contains generic run information. This run is closed, as you can see from the status. Now let me go back to the Power Platform environment and the test Power Platform solution to again mention that these are the automations which an organization must make themselves. These are really process-specific automations or Power Automate Cloud Flows. The solution called Orion contains also cloud flows, 36 as you can see, but these are generic cloud flows to support the automation of processes. So, for instance, a cloud flow to create a run or to create an action or to retrieve information from a specific SharePoint list, or to send emails, or to update an action. So these are all cloud flows which are included in the product. Organizations do not have to create them. They are added when you import the related solution. In this case, the data is stored in SharePoint, so environment variables to the SharePoint site and to all lists used are included. So you can use this approach for your application lifecycle management setup. I briefly want to mention the connection references. As you can see, there are a lot of references and they almost all are related to SharePoint. So this is for a scaling perspective. This is an advanced topic, so it's not in scope for this introduction video. What I do want to mention now already is that you can start with just one automation account, and if your implementation grows, you can add multiple automation accounts, dividing the load of the API request over these automation accounts. This is the end of the video.